I don't know what to name this video, but let's just say that these are some thoughts that I had lately, and I don't really know how to address it, because to fully address it, I need to have more information about what's going on behind the scenes, what's being said, what's being done, but mostly what has been said and been done when it comes to me, my life, my whole existence, you know? I feel like as soon as I do get more information about that, then I will be able to properly address a lot of these so-called misconceptions and all of this stuff. But I read a quote somewhere that, you know, when people are slandering you, you don't always have to defend yourself like that. Like your integrity, the way that you are living, you know, it would just, you know, the truth always prevail. They say the lie is fast, but the truth goes long. Do you understand? So eventually, stuff would just make sense to people, you know? Like you hear something, but it doesn't add up with what you're seeing and all of this stuff. Do you understand? Long story short, I wanted to say, when it comes to me, why people may had like a hard time trying to so-called figure me out, even though I am an open book, could be one of the reasons that I am an open book. Like in this so-called closed-off society where people barely share with their own family members a lot of this stuff that I have been sharing, it's almost like, nah, it can't be real, you know, it gotta be fake, staged, you know, like white lie here or something, you know, like you're trying to find faults because you're like, there's no way, you know, why would somebody out themselves like that? Why would somebody tell something like that? Why would somebody reveal something like that? Like, why would somebody? And I've been addressing this, I think, in other videos, or maybe like in writing. And I've been saying that I feel like we all here on earth to be tested, more or less. But some people have a little bit of an extra, you know, like a different task than everybody else, you know? And they are getting, not scrutinized, but they are getting like, let's say the Most High is watching them a little bit more, you know? And that comes with the good and the bad. The good being that they are more protected, you know, and the bad being that they can't just scam and scheme and live like everybody else, you know. If they do something wrong, they gotta correct it directly, you know. They can't just swoop it under the rug or anything like that, you know, because they have something higher that is expecting them to behave and act and talk out of, you know, something. So anyhow, I think that is one of the reasons why people had a hard time figuring me out, because it's like, nah, she's too open. Nobody's that open. She's too open. Like, it gotta be something, and you keep digging, and sometimes when you keep digging, you already reach the end. Like, that's it, you know? And you're just standing there scratching, basically. That's one of the reasons. The other reason, it has to do with a lot of racism, a lot of sexism, and a lot of the other isms, ableism, whatever. Put that all into one, and here you have one of the main reasons, I would say, why people had a hard time figuring me out. Because no matter how somebody feel like, oh, you know, I'm very open, I'm very, you know, caring and giving and sharing and all of this stuff, I don't judge people, you know. It's like everybody had that little bone in them, more or less, you know. Especially if somebody is different from you, you know, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be hard to accept some stuff, you know. It's gonna be super duper hard to accept some stuff. So I think all of these underlying perceptions people had and still have has been one of the reasons why it's been hard to understand me and figure me out and this whole situation out. Do you understand? And the third one, this has to do with racism, of course. You had something called infantile something. Like, this is something that they used to do a lot during slavery. back in America to the black slaves, you know. They will justify in slavery by saying that these people, they cannot take care of themselves. They are mentally like children. You understand? They need our help. They need our assistance. They need all of this, you know. Basically just trying to justify that they needed like a supervisor of some sort. And this is what has been happening to me. Like I can feel it when I'm in school, you know, how my classmates and teachers, how they talk to me, how they act. And when I'm at the workplace, the same behavior. Like basically everywhere in society where I move, I can see the behavior. It's very hot and cold, very hot and cold. But in the same time, it's very like, I don't know, like these people are creating sicknesses and mental states that doesn't exist. Do you understand? Like almost like a schizophrenic kind of, you know, like it's 2-3 different people or something. Do you understand? It's very irritating, you know. So you see, like 1 minute they're very nice to you and almost feel sorry for you, feel bad for you, and then the other second they want you dead and gone. Like they look at you like they want to beat the hell out of you, you know. And it's like, bro, I am the same person, and I'm standing there like, what is going on? This has been happening for years, and I'm telling you, it is mentally exhausting. It is. Because in the end of the day, I am one person, and it is too much for one person to handle. Do you understand? But this whole thing, like infantile something, I don't know the word for it. Like this is what, like let's say like these people think that I'm on some kind of spectrum. I feel like even if you are disabled or on some kind of spectrum, I had this conversation with one of my, you know, I have it here on YouTube, where we were talking about, you know, how people look down on people that are so-called disabled or crippled or any shape or form like different like that. You know, they're looking at them like they can't do anything for themselves. And if they do, it must be some kind of divinely help they have gotten. And it's like, I am 33 years old. You know, I have lived on my own since I was 16 years old. I had my first job when I was 13, but my first real job when I was 16. Do you understand? So I have been taking care of myself, paying bills and all of this stuff in a very young age. So no matter whatever is going on in my brain or something like that, I'm still capable of taking care of myself and doing all of these basic ass stuff. Sometimes even more than that. Do you understand? And I feel like as soon as I do a little bit more than that, then it's like, it gotta be some kind of help, it gotta be some kind of assistance. And it's like, you sure? Okay. I don't know, I feel like if I would, like, I'm not gonna dismiss that at all. Like, in some department in my life, I'd be like, bro, I really gotta have some guardian angels or something, because this is madness, and I lived through this, I survived this. It gotta be some kind of help, some kind of assistance that I'm not seeing. And when stuff are going extremely just weird, bad, and it's like, bro, I am not that evil that I deserve all of this fuck shit, then I'm like, okay, it gotta be something as well that is infiltrating, you know? But I'm just like, you know, some of these stuff are so basic, like you can't even give somebody credit for that, you know? Like coming up with like content by yourself, you know, like fashion content, humorous content, being able to travel the world, finishing an education and all of this stuff. Do you understand? Like I'm capable of this with or without any assistance. Do you understand? I don't know. I feel like we should have a whole nother program when it comes to this, because when it comes to so-called disabilities and foreigners, I feel like everybody sees is different, you know? Like a disabled person in a foreign country versus a disabled person in a European country or Western society is not the same disabled person. Do you understand? And I could say, like, in some instance, the Western society are very like, they have patience, you know. Oh, you cannot do this, okay, let's try this instead. They are very like understanding in that way, you know. But then on the other hand, the foreign side, they're more like, okay, you know what, like, you still gotta be able to work too. You still gotta be able to go to school and all of this. So you can see like some of these people that are disabled there, they have all kind of conditions. They get married, they have houses, they have jobs, they have all of this stuff, you know. The only thing is different is how they talk, walk, or look, you know, but they are still in society contributing just like everybody else. There's no like trying to minimize their abilities. Do you understand? So I don't know, I feel like those two groups should meet and have conversation and just take from each other, you know, that they need to, the foreign side need to have the more understanding part, and the Western society need to be more understanding of that people can more, you know. Don't be so shocked when you see somebody doing great stuff, like they can. So anyways, I don't know, bro, like I said, if I knew what was going on, if I really knew what was going on being said, I think it's been a lot of shit. Because I'm very observant. Like from what I've seen being plated to me, and I heard like a lot of I'm sorry in different languages lately. It's like something has come forward that had made people understand that they were in the wrongs for a lot of stuff, you know? And the sad part is like, none of these people are gonna come up to me and say to my face, we're sorry, you know? And especially the ones that went out of their ways to be messy and evil and just not nice, you know? These people, they won't come up to me and be like, oh, we didn't know, you know, we shouldn't have reacted so fast out of gossip, you know? They would just brush it off like nothing happened. And if I address it, or if I anything like that, then you let it go, you know? Very toxic, very toxic. But it is something that has happened lately that has opened a lot of people's eyes, and I feel like I hope this will be like an example for years, decades, if not centuries to come, where people will be like, you know what, let's not redo the same mistake that we did with that person, because that went horribly wrong. We were just sitting here assuming a lot of stuff and listening to people that are basically haters, even though we know how haters works and their existence and everything. We just jumped into everything without fact checking. It's crazy. I'm just mumbling right now, but I'm just like, school starts for me on Monday officially again, and this is my last so-called semester or whatever. And I'm telling you, I don't feel comfortable around most of my classmates. I really don't feel comfortable around them, and I can say that most of them, they haven't met and spoke to the real me, you know. They haven't. So for them, like, if you hear anything that comes from these people, like from workplaces, from school and stuff like that, and especially from people that I haven't been hanging out with since fucking high school, you know, if you hear stuff like that, just anything from these people, just know that you should take it not just with an inch of salt, like you should take it with the whole, do you understand? Because they don't have the privilege to meet the official, the real me. Like, I'm very watered down around these people, and most of the time the reason why I am like that is not because I'm playing theatrical and I'm being two-faced or anything like that. It's like you feel in the room and you're like, okay, can this person handle the real me without their feeling some kind of superiority complex, or they feel like any jealousy, any animosity or anything like that. And when you have been around certain people for so long and you see how they operate, you hear how they talk and everything, you don't feel comfortable to be like, you know what, you barely can take that person having that little win or that little upgrade you know. So if I'm coming out here with my full-blown self, you know, it's gonna sting in your eyes, you know. And I am a kind person like that, so I'm like, you know what, is it worth it? Nah, it's not, you know. I'm just here for a few hours. Let me just zip it, do my job, and then clock out. Do you understand? So these people, they don't know me, and I think like they are so shocked because maybe they hear stuff that people that have met me for just like 3-day vacation, you know, have figured something out that these people that you have been studying with for over a year and a half and working with for over 2 years or something, they haven't figured that out. And they're like, how could that person or these people figure this out in 3 days? And we have been around this person for years. And it's like, because I don't feel comfortable around you. Do you understand? Everybody has that kind of, you know, you talk to your grandmother a certain way, you talk to your boss a certain way, you talk to somebody that is deaf another way, you adapt. So if you see that your surrounding is not very like you can't be yourself, you can't be tranquil around your surrounding, like how are you gonna give yourself like that? So they just have to learn about you from other people instead. Do you understand? It's gonna be hard for these people to accept a lot of stuff. It's gonna. People have been undermining and they're still undermining. It is something. It's some kind of task, some kind of life path or something that people are expecting me to say or do, like, I don't know, great stuff and be this public whatever, you know. And they're looking at me right now being in my shell basically, and they can't see that possibly happening, you know. It's like, nah, she is so far away from all of this, like, nah, bro, it is impossible. No years, no decade, no teaching, no nothing like that can evolve her to, you know. And it's like, if that's your stance, if that's your opinion, cool, stay by that, but stay far away from me. Because me, myself, I believe in evolution. You know, I believe that people can evolve. Do you understand? Like, nobody is like, this one would never this one would never that. Like, I seen and heard so many stories to be like, I can't, you know, I can't be so fast to dismiss people from what I see and feel at the moment, to not be able to think further. Do you understand? But anyhow, it's a lot of stuff that will be dismantled, you know, and I don't even have to put a finger or two in it. It will just automatically, do you understand? It will. And the thing is, like, when the truth finally starts to come out and everything, I'm just saying, I have said it before, I'm saying it again, don't come at me, don't be in my face, my business, being messy or anything like that. I have been honest from the get-go. I have been repeating myself, different way, different avenues, different everything. I can't do much more. Do you understand? So whenever the truth comes out, fight with each other then. The liars, the white liars, the whatever's in the middle, you guys be back and forth with each other and keep me out of it. Because you have kept me out of this for God knows how long. Do you understand? You're still keeping me out of very crucial, important information that is about me, huh? So don't include me later when it suits you. I'm just saying, okay? That's it. These people, they be looking like I'm supposed to do this great stuff and everything. They don't understand. I have done what I came here to do. I really have done what I came here to do. So there's no need to keep watching me, waiting for something else to come, or be like, you know, it's gonna happen soon, this person is gonna do this, do this. You don't understand. I have done what I can and what I'm supposed to do. I can rest now. Do you understand? If you need any saving, any savior, any revelation, anything like that, I suggest that you go to your chosen religion, chosen belief. You read your books, you do your prayers, your meditation, whatever, and you stop looking for a savior outside of yourself and start looking inside of yourself, okay? I don't have much more to say. I don't have much more to say. People can evolve, of course, but when it comes to me and this life task, I feel like and if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be humble. If I'm wrong, and there's more to come, you know, years, decades from here or something, then I just have to take it as it comes. But I'm saying from what I know deep in my heart, my chest, my everything, my soul, my whole being, is that I have already said and done what I was supposed to do. For somebody, it can seem like it's useless, it's nothing, what is this, It is what it is. I'm okay with it. I'm really okay with it. I had people around me that are on my side, but the thing is, like, these people, their egos are so big that they see that I'm getting slandered. They hear the bullshit that's being thrown my way and all of this stuff. Some of these people that have grown up with me, they know who I am, you know, and it doesn't make sense for them, the stuff that they hear and see and all of this stuff. And instead of standing up for me or being like, I don't want to entertain this, like, this is just bull crap, because some stuff are so bullshit that you just like, you don't even want to, you're like, bruv, this is just out of hand. But I feel like these people that are so-called on my side, some of them, not all of them, they have so big egos, you know? Like, I had one of my old classmates from high school. I posted something on Instagram and she started to write back to me. Like, she was so irritated, you know? She felt like, you need to stand up for yourself more. Do you understand? You need to stand up for yourself. You need to share your truth. You need to do this, you need to that. You need to defend yourself. And I was like, bruh, how am I, like, she didn't even take 2 seconds to try to put herself in my situation, because you guys don't understand how surreal this experience is. Like, I am in society, but I'm excluded out of society. I am the main topic, but I'm still not in the conversation. How am I supposed to defend myself from something that I don't know about? Like, this is one of the reasons I have this YouTube channel. It's called Gut Feeling, because whatever that is coming up, you know, like gut feelings that I have, you know, like I had these Q&As and I have been answering everything, you know, telling my side of whatever. But it's like, if that's not enough and it's even more stuff, worse stuff, or whatever, how should I know? I'm here minding my business, living my life, my truth, huh? So if she reads something online and she's offended and she's like, you know, because this one was another black girl, another African black girl. So I feel like these people, they're thinking about reputation. Reputation is everything, you know? So me going through all of this, it's not just me solo. They know, like, when it comes to foreigners, people will be like, you all. Do you understand? When a white person, person from the Western society does or say something, and people don't agree with that or whatever, then they will be like, oh, that's one person, you know, that's, you know, like that. But everybody knows, like, as soon as a brown or black person does anything, the whole community, the whole everything will get punished collectively. Do you understand? So I understand why these people are very much in their feelings and egos, you know, to be like, you need to clear up some stuff real quick, you know, because this doesn't look good for any of us. And he's like, bruh, are you even, they're not even thinking about me. Do you understand? Not me at all. Because if they did, they would have told me what was going on. But they didn't. And they still not. How am I going to address it? If the Most High wants me to know something, believe me, I will get to know that. Somehow. No matter how much people try to hide it. And I'm telling you, like, I'm going to get the truth. Like, the truth always prevails. It's gonna come forward sooner or later. And let's say, like I said in other videos, I won't be very surprised. I have, like I said, thousands of theories. about this situation, rumors, accusations, slanders, everything that can be happening, you know. So I said, once somebody decide to tell me, it's gonna be like, oh, so it was theory 3589. I don't think anything is gonna shock me like that. Do you understand? Because I'm a thinker, good and bad. So I have been thinking the worst and even worse than that, and then top that off with even worse, just to prepare myself. It's crazy. No, but these people are like, oh, you need to defend yourself, you need to defend yourself. And it's like, okay, tell me what I need to defend then. I'm not gonna sit here like a lunatic and just talk out of my ass. Do you understand? If I see something coming up many times, being addressed many times, being hinted at many times, being in my face many times, I will address it sooner or later. You know? But if I don't know what's going on, what's being said, because people are keeping me out of it, and then they get to know the truth, and instead of coming forward and being like, oh, we're sorry, you know, this and that, here's some compensation for ruining your life, your reputation, everything like that, they would just dust it off like it's nothing. She doesn't know, so it's no problem. But I will know eventually. And all of these harassments and everything will make sense. So let's say it takes 15 years for me to figure some of this stuff out. And I come back and I say, okay, I want to sue this person and that company in this country, in this city. Like, I want to sue these people, you know? What do you think these people will say? They will try this, oh, it's too late, you know, it was a long time ago. You need to find forgiveness in your heart, heal, let it go. Healing in mind, love, compassion. Did you have any of that? I'm telling you, like I said in another video, this whole bullshit that I'm going through, believe it or not, you don't have to be religious. This is a collective test. The way you guys have been handling me, the situation, all of it that's happening around me, it's not only my tests and tribulations and trials, it includes you guys. The way that you react, the way you interact, the way that you don't engage whatsoever. Everything is a test. If you don't believe me, wait and see. Have a nice day.